What time is it? You know, it's time to grow. When visiting a company to find out if they have job vacancies, there's a few tips I have for you. First of all, just remember, first impressions count. So whether you're visiting an estate agent or a retail store, you never know. You might be speaking to the person who makes the decision about the job that may or may not exist that you're inquiring about. Yeah. So remember, first impressions count. So I recommend that you go there dressed smartly. Okay. Go there dressed smartly. Don't go along with your friends. Go there by yourself, dressed smartly. And another thing, be prepared, because you don't know what they're going to ask you. I would say prepare almost like you're preparing for an interview. Maybe not like a full-blown interview, but just prepare for the person may ask you questions. You might go in a retail shop, ask about vacancies. You might speak to the store manager and they might ask you, okay, so tell me a bit about yourself. Tell me, especially the smaller the environment, where it doesn't even matter how large or small the company is, the store manager may ask you questions on the spot. It might not be officially scored as an interview or go for you or against you, but it may do. Okay? So the person might ask you questions. How you come across might influence that person's decision to even entertain a possible opening for you in their company, or entertain the idea of giving you an interview should they have an existing vacancy, right? So first of all, first impressions count. So come correct. Also come prepared. So have a CV with you. Have your resume with you, right? And also, especially with retail stores, I would say always ask for the manager before you even ask the questions about vacancies. Now, asking for the manager, someone might think is a complaint or whatever. So if the person asks you, just say, I just would like to have a conversation with the manager about possible vacancies in this branch or other branches. But you ask for the manager first. And there's a couple of reasons why I say this, because the manager is going to have more knowledge about the vacancies that may or may not be available, number one. Number two, if there are possible openings, the manager's interested in candidates applying, especially if they're struggling to look for people as well. But the store manager, you walk in on a Saturday and talk to a part-time Saturday member of staff who's in college and they're only working there. They don't care about no vacancies. They don't care about, so they might say, oh yeah, we got vacancies. Take your CV off you, put it under the counter, carry on working their busy day, and then forget to give it to the manager. And then the person that comes in the next morning is tidying up and that CV goes in the bin. So your CV might not reach the manager. So you might come with your suit and booted, ready for questions. But if you just ask any old member of staff and don't ask the store manager, for the store manager in this retail example, then it's a wasted trip. It's a wasted CV. It's a wasted inquiry. And I would even go further. A long time ago, right, I had a friend who worked for a retail store. And he used to tell me that people used to come in all the time. This is quite bad actually, but I'm just actually giving you the reality of what can happen. This is an example of what can happen. Yeah, right. He worked in a store, right? Not going to mention the friend, not going to mention the store it was or whatever. But he worked in the shop and there was a lot of males working in the store, and a lot of people will come to give in a CV. And so he was not the store manager, but if a male came to give in his CV, as soon as the person walked out, he said he'll throw it in the bin, because he felt that there was too much males working in the shop. He only used to give the CV to the manager if it was a female. Yes, it's wrong. It's wrong. But I'm telling you, one of the many things that can happen. You wanna ask for the store manager. Store manager's not there. Ask for the assistant manager. Assistant manager's not there. Who's in charge? Or when can I come back? When can I come back? Or do you have a number? Yeah. You want to speak to the most senior person in charge if you're going to an organization to inquire about vacancies. Obviously, if there's a sign on the window and it says, oh, an administrator wanted, or a retail assistant wanted, or, you know, maybe in a coffee shop, blah, blah, blah wanted, then that's something that they're advertising. Then maybe you could point out, okay, I'm here inquiring about this role. It may not be essential that you speak to the store manager. You may be directed to the store manager, but do you understand? But if you're inquiring for a role that may or may not exist, or in some places, the manager might know of a vacancy in a nearby store. So you always want to speak to the manager. So I don't want to make this video long. It's just a quick tip for those of you who may be looking for a job, whatever age you may be. You know, sometimes it's always good to, you know, because you know, the digital age, we've got lots of, you know, job agencies online, and there's a lot of fake jobs out there. We'll do that in another video, actually. There's lots of jobs out there that's advertised that's not really there, or that's expired. It's always good to inquire directly with organizations that you're interested in. Via telephone, yes. Via email, yes. But you may want to visit the establishment. In the case of retail or in a coffee shop, sometimes it's best to go and speak to them face to face. So make sure you come correct. Make sure first impressions count. Don't go there for your friends. Don't go there dressed like you just woke up. Go there dressed smart. Ask for the manager and make your inquiry and be ready for those questions. Good luck on your job search.